All right, this is where we break into our song.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You start.
Let's see. What's a good song? Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Presidents of the United States of America.
Yeah. DMH Way presents. Chat GCG, a DMH Way podcast. All right, so welcome to Chat GCG, genuine conversations on growth, contributions, and goals at Chat GCG. If I could talk right. No edits, so this is it. At Chat GCG, our goal is to introduce you to authentically intelligent heroes of DMH employment. I'm Daishan Knox, supervisory specialist with the DMH Way.
And I'm Evan Kemker, also a supervisory specialist.
All right, and we are back. This is episode 8, and we're interviewing our first DMH Way ambassador, Justin Halterman. So, Justin, we like to get people eased in before we dive into the deep questions. So, we like to start out with something we call the chit chat.
Sure.
And so, these are 4 kind of layup questions, you know, to get you warmed up and everything. It's already warm in this building. It's blazing outside. It's like 1,000 degrees. Plus or minus out there, and it seems like they had the heat on out in the hallways. But even though it's hot, we're gonna warm you up anyway. So your 4 questions are: where do you work? What do you do? How long have you been with DMH? And what is your guilty pleasure drink of choice? HR appropriate, of course.
Okay, well, first of all, good morning.
Yeah,
Daishan and Evan, thank you all
Hey.
for having me. You're probably gonna have to repeat those questions to me because I'm expressive, so
No, it's
I
good.
can get a little squirrely. But before we started, I just kind of want to, how you guys doing? Y'all doing all right?
I'm good,
Doing well.
man.
I got coffee, so I'm square.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Are things
I
really
think I
good for y'all?
I think I finally stopped sweating. We'll see.
Good.
If I keep wiping, it's because I'm glistening.
Okay, but
Yeah.
things are really going good for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, no, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all, the DMH Way team here, for all the support you do and everything, for us and our facilities, the content, the podcast, the different activities. I just want to tell you, I appreciate you all and your teammates. And, I think we have a great team that's making a difference. So,
Awesome.
so sorry
Thank
to
you,
go
man.
off script here,
No,
but
that's
I want
good.
to take
That's
that
good.
moment,
I love those
have
moments.
a little heat talk with y'all.
Yeah.
So, now the questions, here we go. All right. I work for Northwest Community Services out of Marshall and Higginsville.
Yeah.
I'm the director of community involvement and employment services. So I oversee a department that I got a great team. Shout out CICE and Northwest. We support individuals, being part of their community through jobs, employment services, career planning, job coaching, pre-vote. The other part of my department, we help individuals get out in their communities based on what they want to do. From community gardens, volunteering at food pantries, to give you a quick example, got an individual that loves to write poetry. His dreams to be a published writer, and he's currently vice president of Marshall Writers Guild.
Nice.
So that's really cool. So I love my job, and we get to do cool things. I'm blessed with a great team. I have been with DMH for 25 years.
What?
Probably a little bit over that, yeah.
25. I did not know that they hired toddlers.
I started out in direct care. Probably did that. I've done several things, and
So when you started, I would have been in 2nd grade.
Okay. So I don't feel like I'm too old, but it usually surprises people when I tell them. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm
you're
only
that old.
44. So
Oh, there we go. I should have started with you. Man, what was I doing?
It's been, I've been with DMH 25 years. Yeah, just saying it's like, wow, yeah. My guilty pleasure drink, a cherry icy.
Oh, yeah.
Which I might have like 3 a year because I'm diabetic and, that's not good. But
okay.
But I do. I like a cherry. There was times where I used back in the day just go to Sam's Club to get a cherry icy.
Nice.
Just,
I've never had one.
Cherry
Are you
icy and a
serious?
Nathan's hot dog.
Not that I can remember.
Bro.
I can remember a long ways.
It's like a slushy, but like the texture is different, is how I would describe it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
you're
it's
a
not like your
connoisseur.
normal slushy. That's why I
Yeah.
like it better. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I have this thing now, you know, post COVID, we rarely get out to the movie theater, but when we go to the movies, I'm like, I gotta treat myself to an icy and some candy.
There
So
you go.
it's to the hard way.
Got to treat yourself every now and then.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The popcorn is it for me. That's
Oh,
the only
man.
thing.
Have you seen the cool popcorn things they do for different movies now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I saw for Doom they had the what was the worm called? The sandworm bucket.
yeah. I'm talking like just each movie like their own unique, and people collect them. Yeah.
Mhm. They're
Y'all make me
expensive.
feel like I live in a hole.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, check them out sometime.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, good deal. So, thanks for sharing that with us, Justin. And before I go further, I feel like I had to recognize our guest host on today, Evan Kemker. So, Evan, thanks for jumping in and
welcome.
filling in for Rod today. I just want to brag on you a little bit, man. Can I make you blush?
I'm sure you can.
So,
Tell them the real stuff, though.
no. I am going to tell
them.
them the real stuff, but without being paid, because Evan didn't slip me any money yet. But when I think about Evan, I think of you know, in Braveheart when William Wallace gets up before the people and he gives that
Sure.
speech, and they're like, "Well, what if they kill us?" And he's like, "Yeah, you may die, you may live."
Mhm.
And then he gets them all hyped up. It's like, when I think of Evan, I think of the guy that's just like, psh, we're just going to go out and do this thing. It might be ugly when we go out and do it, but
All in.
what the heck? Let's go all in. And he charges in and everybody gets behind him. And it's like, okay, let's go. So
I'm going to say Braveheart is probably my second favorite movie of all
Nice.
time. So that's the nicest thing anyone has ever said about me. I wish it was only half true. Not Scottish at all, right?
hey, there we go.
All right.
It's
But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
that's
cool, though.
Cool. All right. So now that we got you warmed up, Justin, I'm going to pass it over to Evan, and Evan's going to take you into our first GCG question.
Okay.
So GCGs, it's all about growth. So what we want to know is what has been the biggest point of growth that you've experienced over your career with DMH?
That's a tough question because I've done numerous things. Like I said, 25 years. I was in direct care. I'd probably say the last 10 years, I've been fortunate to do different things, and I've been lucky enough I was part of a great team that helped create the department that I oversee now.
Mm.
We transitioned from a habilitation center to all community based with like our ISLs, and so you know we shut down our programming, and we were gonna start employment services, and then we started like community integration, and I was part of that with a great team, and it was nice to to work for the state and create something new.
Mm.
Be creative and so I would say that'd be my biggest growth is like I went from, direct care to being an activity aide, taking individuals we support out in the community to being like an activity aide 3 to being, a support care professional to now I oversee the department. So
Yeah.
I'd say there's a lot of growth in that time. And I'd also throw out, just the growth in the last few years, being part of like the DMH way and stuff like that has really helped me. I mean, I gravitated toward it. I love the self-awareness aspect of DMH way. It helps me know how I tick so I can be better for other people and be better for, just in general, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my answer.
Okay. So leading a change like that or a pivot in what you do like that requires a lot of adaptability and vision. What other ways would you say you grew during that time period where you were changing the programming there?
Again, just, like when you become a supervisor, that's a whole different element, I mean, I've learned so much being a supervisor, how to manage people or, just kind of, that's growth, some DMH way. And I might be jumping ahead here, personal growth, something I needed to work on was like, be a better listener, be an active listener. I'm expressive. I'm spitting stuff, digressing, getting all over the place. So DMHWay's helped me with that. It's helped me be, more conscious about it, and you just kind of like settle down and use those skills to help me with that aspect. So I've had a lot of growth. I truly believe in the last, like I said, 10 years, just in different areas. So it's been good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's awesome.
Okay.
So
So
I think if I can jump in real quick,
Yeah, go ahead.
two things that I keep hearing you say is self-awareness
Mhm.
and just kind of how the DMHWay skills have helped you to think about how people see you. And I think that's awesome to me because some people look at the DMHWay and they're like, oh, this is just another thing, or this is something we can weaponize to get our staff in check. But the fact that I hear you saying this turns the mirror back on me is huge because
Sure.
I think more of us need to get that, like, start with me first, fix me, grow myself, and then seek to grow those that are around me. So that's awesome to me, Justin.
Well, thank you. I truly believe, as leaders, you got to be vulnerable and transparent. So, I mean, none of us are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We all got things we're
Yes.
good at and we're not good at. So it's helped me. And that's a big thing that I promote being a DMHWay ambassador is to, that self-awareness, just knowing how you are in that way. And if you know how others tick too, whether it's social styles or how you want to communicate, I think it's just helpful. There's a lot to it. And most of us are doing a lot of this stuff, as you all know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, again, being self-aware that you're doing it
Yeah.
and taking a moment to think about, different things. I think it's very helpful. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, got a follow-up question on growth. You got 25 years in, so I know you're not too far out from retirement,
Mhm.
but in those next several years you got, what's one area of growth that you want to tackle?
Well, my department, we're still kind of growing and stuff that's, kind of newer. And so we're trying to grow that and grow my department, get more involved in the community, get more individuals employed that want to be. But I'll give you two. I also want to, when I go, I want to help DMHWay be more established, in my workplace at Northwest Community Services. I think we got a good start, but I think we got a long ways to go to grow it. So that's kind of two things. I want growth in both for DMHWay and my department. So
Yeah.
So growing your department and bringing the DMHWay, getting it permeating throughout and changing the
Sure.
culture.
just the
for
standard,
the better.
yeah.
Okay. What does growing your department look like? If you could dive into that for us a little bit, for those that might not know what you do.
So, like, again, we provide employment services and people. So it's just kind of like I want to see growth with staff, growth with the individuals, people more accepting of the service. Again, like anything new, like we're doing DMHWay, it's getting buy-in, it's getting people to see what we're doing. Like in my department, it's telling people it's more than just taking people to play bingo or do this. It's it's helping build relationships. It's giving experiences. I also use my department. I think it's a cool thing to help educate the community that our individuals that we support live in, because, I wish I had more of that growing up. We're naive to things and stuff. So if I can help a business or school, I love working with the school kids, with our individuals. It's win-win. If they can get those experiences and be around, individuals with developmental disabilities and, see that we're all human, we like to love, we like to laugh, have fun.
Yeah.
I've already seen that changes. I've worked with students that have come up to me and I don't even recognize them in Walmart, and they're asking about that individual that was their favorite that they used to, play games with or something. And for me, that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
And, so I also look at what we do as like helping to, like I said, just educate the community. So maybe that kid that we worked with in high school, maybe they'll grow up, they'll run a business one day, and they'll be open to hiring somebody with a disability because they're not naive. They know more and they've seen it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, the mission of the department is serving, empowering, and supporting Missourians to live their best lives. So in my mind, getting people employment, having gainful, productive employment, that's fulfilling for folks. And even if all you're doing at that time is playing bingo with them, you're integrating them into society, right? You're empowering them to live a better life. So I think that fits.
Well,
so
yeah.
I don't think there's a just about it personally.
No, it's just, I think, just in human nature, we take things for granted, certain things, something.
We
so,
do.
just the fact, I mean, I could show you a video of an individual getting his first paycheck and just, I mean, like, wow. And just, can't wait to show everybody, and stuff like so. Yeah, I'm very blessed. I work with great people. I've had great supervisors. And yeah, that have empowered me. And no, I feel like I get to do cool stuff and get to help make a difference. So
yeah, nice.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about contributions.
Mhm.
So that's the second component of GCGs. And before I ask you about your contributions, I want to get some of those low-hanging fruit. And I want to point out, number one, you were one of our day one ambassadors. So you went to the first ambassador boot camp back in 2023, and I don't know if you realize that was when our team first assembled. So we all were in the same place, working together at that foundation session, then at the ambassador boot camp that happened the 3 days later. So you were there for that. And matter of fact, tell me, what was it about DMH Way that made you say, before you had experienced it, I want to be a part of this?
So I went, through a foundation session with the karting group. And I'll never forget it. I want to say, I'm trying to forget who taught it. I want to say it was Richard. So anyway, so when we went through it, I was going, it's another training, something new, as a state employee for, kind of, but as again, I'm a social person. I like meeting new people, and talking with different people and just hearing their stories and stuff. So I found it fascinating, how they knew what we were going to say before we said it most of the day. But then I think the kind of the aha moment for me during my foundation session was when they broke us up in our different social style groups. And, we asked these certain questions, and like everybody in my group was like, oh yeah, it was an expressive group. Yeah, I do that. I talk too much. Yeah. I should probably listen a little bit more. Yeah. Stuff like that. And I was like, wow, there's really something to it. So I enjoyed the day. Went back, I told people at work, my boss and stuff, I enjoyed the day. So, it's a little bit later. Next thing you know, I'm getting sat down and asked by our administration, hey, would you be interested in, being an ambassador for DMH Way? And, of course, I was leery about it, didn't know much about it, kind of overwhelmed with it. But I said yes. And that first boot camp, when we were all a part of it, with the karting group, it was so refreshing to just be in a room full of like-minded people that wanted to make change.
Yeah.
We went through the COVID years and it was so hard for everybody. And so yeah, Misha Dupree and I were asked to be for Northwest, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we both wanted to make change. We both wanted to see our workplace be a happier place, some place where people wanted to come. So we just kind of gravitated toward it. And yeah, but that first boot camp was fun. It was nice being with a bunch of people that just, you're not sitting in the training where, I got to be here all day, and this or that, people wanted to make change. So that was cool.
That's awesome. And so since then, you and your partner in crime, Misha Dupree, as you mentioned, y'all have been so passionate about implementing DMH Way at Northwest. You guys were awarded the honor of DMH Way Spotlight in the first quarter of 2024. And I remember some of the things that made you all stand out to us, what you all took the DMH Way posters and designs, and you guys blew those up, printed them out, hung them up all around your facility. You guys were hosting monthly skill ups. And I remember there was mention of a skill building day where y'all had 95 leaders attend that day we talked about DMH Way skills. So that's amazing, hearing about that back then. So of those things, or maybe things that I didn't mention, what would you say would be your proudest contribution to DMH? It may be DMH Way related, it may not be, it may be something else in your tenure.
I mean, besides, being part of a great team that helped create, what I do now in my current job, is DMH Way. I mean, we're still working on it, but I have noticed growth. I mean, our team has grown. We got other ambassadors like Becky Lagore is now with us, Amanda Pettis, Nicole Hash. So that's grown. And what I'm starting to notice in our facility is like we're being asked to do more. So, whether it's like, just give you an example, the other day, the head of nursing reaches out to us to do just an informal skill up and activity on leadership walks.
Yeah.
So we're getting more of that, and, we're getting more stuff, getting asked to do stuff. I mean, I can see a change. And like, and if it's too heavy for us or it's something, we bring Jazz in, and Jazz comes in, and does her thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've noticed that, yeah, more and more like people. So like, we're not all the way there, but we do things. We host informal skill ups during supervisor classes. We're excited. We've worked with like trainers for the DSPs in our facility, which, being a DSP is a hard job. Shout out to all the DSPs out there. You're the backbones of many places and do a great job. It's a tough job. But we've had talks with that, just sharing, because our hope is like, these tools are just not for supervisors.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a heat conversation with your coworker in an ISL home, and have those like, what do you expect of me? And this is what I expect of you. That way, then you don't have conflict later on.
Yeah.
So no, we've had some talks and we're being utilized more. It's almost starting to but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we're growing, and I think we're slowly getting more, and people are starting to embrace it a little more.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's great to hear how big DMHWA is making an impact over there in Northwest.
Sure, yeah.
And just to dive a little deeper into your position specifically. So over 25 years, was ISL always part of it, or were you there when it was HAB Center?
Yes. So we were on grounds. It was the Marshall Habilitation Center.
Mm-hmm.
And then they closed those facilities, and we transferred into what now is Northwest Community Services.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was always around out of Higginsville, but we just kind of combined it. And so we went all community based, ISL homes, services. Like I said, we provide employment services for instead of, where before we had like day programming, our individuals would do things like recycle hoses and stuff, and like make $5 a week, to now, we promote just like everybody else, my department, like, yes, we'll have dances and stuff for individuals with disabilities, but I go out and look for that dance in the community and how they can be a part of it, so just like anybody else.
Nice. And you got in your ISLs, like, how many different sites, how many consumers, how many staff are we talking?
I'm not sure the numbers, but we're kind of spread out. So, we have ISL homes in Marshall, Higginsville, Slater, Raytown, Independence, Warrensburg. So we're kind of spread out. Yeah.
That's a pretty huge, that's about an hour travel.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
and
huge.
we got like 2 main offices. We got one in Higginsville that's on the HHC campus, and then we got one in Marshall. So
cool. Good deal. All right. Well, Evan.
Yeah. So, final G here, goals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is one goal you have for 2025? I know you got about 6 months left.
2025. Yeah. I kind of touched on it earlier. My main goal, my professional goal is I'm still working on being a better listener. Like I said, that's my own kind of personal, professional goals, to be a better listener, be a better department head for my team. I've only been at it a little over a year, so I'm still trying to get my feet under me, how to, kind of that different aspect of, I went from a support care professional to just kind of being in it all and making things to kind of, I got let go. And so, but that what I'd say is my main goal is just to learn every day, be a better listener, and just to help my department grow. And so.
Nice.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Follow-up question. So, this coming month, or this month's skill of the month, is heat and tides.
Sure.
Okay, so how do you think those will help you accomplish your goal of getting better every day?
Well, heat and tides has definitely helped me with like the listening part. I mean, I know if I'm going into a conversation or something, and then sometimes I can't plan the conversation. I might have a heat conversation that just pops up, but it makes me, again, that self-awareness aspect, know that, okay, I need to listen. This is, I'm going to ask, I'm going to make sure I got my points, expectations, or however the conversation goes. But again, it just makes me self-aware that okay, Justin, listen, you're not sitting there thinking to answer, just kind of take it all in, or using tides off the heat, the heat conversation to get someone to tell me more about a certain subject or whatever. That helps me be that better listener.
Yeah. So it helps you bring structure to your conversation,
Sure.
Get more intentional, and create balance in the conversation, dial back your expressive
Sure.
a little bit, and be a better listener.
Yeah. And besides being another, and it helps build rapport. It helps, taking that moment to, instead of just a quick conversation passing by. So, yeah. No, I like the skill, and I try to use. I'm no expert at it, but I try to use it, and I try to have that thought, that self awareness. So
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm gonna keep that train going. You've talked a lot about the personal benefit of the tools to you using Heat and Tides to become a better listener, and how that's benefited you in your career and as a leader. How has that benefited the people that are following you?
well, I mean, hopefully we have better communication. I mean, that's ultimately, that's a big thing. I think anywhere is like, we do our pulse surveys, better communication. And so I hope that has better communication with my team. I hope I take more of an effort to, be involved and listen to people and, to touch base and stuff, so not to be disconnected. But I think those skills help with that. Because, in my new role as department head, I don't know how they feel, but sometimes I feel like there might be disconnect, or I'm too busy to get over there and stuff. So just having those, those talks every now and then, or doing your leadership walk and having the heat conversation. I mean, it's very helpful. Yeah.
Helps keep a pulse on things, helps
Sure.
him know that you're trying to be there for him.
Yeah.
Get you better outcomes. Okay. For those who may not know what the skill is, Heat and Tides, they're both acronyms. Heat stands for how are things going, expectations, appreciation, or accountability, and teamwork. It's a tool to provide a little bit of framework for conversations to make things go just a little bit better, get better outcomes. And then TIDES is, again, just an acronym. Tell me more, in what ways, describe for me, explain, or say more. And that tool is really just to help let other people empty their bucket and create balance in conversations where there previously might not have been. So those are the tools we were asking him about.
I tried to do a little one at the beginning of this.
He did.
This
He did.
podcast was,
He did.
I tried to throw you
Appreciate
out. So
that.
yeah.
We might not have been the most receptive.
No.
That's okay. I appreciate the effort. I appreciate you doing it as well.
All right.
And I agree. I think we do make a good team.
So, Justin, before we let you go, we're going to dive into the Show Me State lightning round. This is one of my favorite parts of the episode.
Okay.
Rod is not here. We have a ongoing rivalry, Rod, so I know you're clutching your pearls as you're getting ready to hear Justin's answers on this. So, Justin, don't think too long. You think long, you think wrong.
Sure.
First answer is your best answer. So, we're going to get some division going.
Okay.
When we're talking about savory foods, is it going to be Jack Stack Barbecue or Emo's Pizza?
Well, I don't think those two places should be in the same conversation, but Jack Stack, yeah. Best barbecue beans you'll ever eat.
Yes, their burnt ends are to die for.
Yeah, sorry, Emos, but I don't get the whole Prevail cheese thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, their salads.
Teach
okay.
their own.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So, and I know this next question, I realize I need to clarify because I've never been to this site, but I think I need to reframe it. So, St. Louis Zoo or Kansas City, is it a zoo and aquarium? Or is it just the aquarium?
Well, Kansas City has a zoo. I'm not sure, to be
There's
honest.
an aquarium in the zoo.
There's an aquarium in the zoo?
There is.
Okay,
yes.
is that what it is?
It's
Okay.
like last year or two.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay.
So between those two?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm more a Kansas City guy. I would probably give the nod to the St. Louis Zoo, but I'll throw a third one in there. I'll say the Springfield Bass Pro Shop and Wildlife, the new nature center, where it's pretty cool. So,
I love it.
I hear
right
the
down
penguins
middle.
at the St. Louis Zoo are not very nice.
Rod doesn't like the penguins.
Oh,
nah.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
So Springfield Bass Pro is where I ran my only marathon,
okay.
and my legs were so beat down I didn't get to tour the little wildlife area, but it looked amazing. So I'm gonna have to go back there.
Well, yeah, they built onto it. It's been around. That's the headquarters of Bass Pro Shops, but it's basically like a zoo
Yeah.
in there. So it is pretty cool. I was impressed with it. Yeah.
Nice. Justin splitting the divide
so-
down the middle. Yeah.
Got to digress and
I
throw a
love it.
curveball out there.
I love it. All right. So if we're talking vacation wise, Branson or Lake of the Ozarks?
Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay, why Lake of the Ozarks?
I like the lake. My grandparents had a lake place when I was growing up at the Lake of the
Mhm.
Ozarks, so it's got a lot of special memories for me.
All right. You guys do some tire swinging or anything like that?
Oh, there you go, boat around, just do some tubing, skiing.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Enjoy the lake.
Cool. All right. Baseball wise,
Royals.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Kansas City Royals.
Get out of here.
Evan, who do you go for?
I'm a poor Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
Best player in baseball, Bobby Wood Jr.
I never heard of him, but I've driven past
He's
the
up
Royal
there.
Stadium.
I live with the Royals fan, so I don't actually get to watch baseball because she always has
Mm-hmm.
the Royals game on. So-
Nice.
You appreciate him more.
and I'm too busy. I watch playoff baseball. I'm a bad fan. I'll admit it.
This is how big of a Royals fan I am. I found a picture of me with my parents in a Royals onesie, and I high-fived my mom, and she kept it. And I see it, I was like, that's awesome. You know, so I've been a fan. So I like when 2015 happened, I appreciated it more. You know, I went to the World Series by myself, and it was awesome. So big Royals fan.
You've endured a lot of heartache over
I have,
the years.
yeah. That's why I don't apologize for the Chiefs either right now, because I've been there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's all right, they had their run, you know.
they had their run.
We'll have to get that picture of you in the onesie so we can put it on the episode.
Hey, yeah.
But I get you. So the Chiefs are coming back. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I
They're
I
gonna
like
win.
how you use past tense there to talk about the Chiefs.
They're going to win 13 games this year.
13.
They'll be just
Wow.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we need the disclosure from DraftKings, just in case people take that to the bank.
Which 13? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm no
I don't
expert.
Yeah, okay.
That might
Cool.
include playoffs. I don't know.
Hey,
They're gonna have a good year. You heard it here first.
I
Yeah.
go for the Chiefs just because we have nothing in St. Louis now. We got an empty stadium that
You got the
use for
Battle
events
Hawks,
every-
baby.
Yeah, I've never been. We'll see.
I hear it's a blast. I
Yeah,
haven't been
I,
either.
I have, yeah.
I don't even know where they play at. It's a shame. Yeah,
Got to get out there.
yeah. Okay, so lunch wise, Justin,
Mm-hmm.
Panera Bread or McAllister's?
I don't have either very often, but I'd probably lean toward McAllister's.
Okay.
Well,
Anything in particular jump out on the menu?
not
or-
really. I've
No.
had their big baked potatoes a couple times.
Yeah,
So yeah.
those potatoes are pretty good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Panera, I don't do too much Panera. So
Yeah, there we go. All right. So literary wise, Mark Twain or T.S. Eliot?
I'd probably go with Mark Twain.
Okay.
Mhm.
Why Mark Twain?
I think a little bit more familiar with the work growing
Okay.
up and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask here. I'm an avid reader, and I couldn't tell you a T.S. Eliot title. Like, what are some of
Oh
those?
gosh, yeah. Oh man, now you're challenging me because
I-
I haven't read any T.S. Eliot anything or Mark Twain since high school. So, but T.S. Eliot, he was more nature bound. Like I think he was in that whole camp with Henry David Thoreau and all that stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so he may have written more poems than books, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. So now I got to go do my homework.
Put you
But
on the
I
spot.
know he's from Missouri. I know he's from Missouri, so that's why he's in our lightning
You
round.
should have expected me to ask the
I-
question.
I
You
should-
should have.
I should have thought about that. Yeah, so now I got to do my homework for next episode. You're gonna have to come back, Evan, so that way I can.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Last but not least,
Mhm.
theme park wise, is it gonna be Disney for you or Universal Studios?
I've actually been to both, and
Mhm.
I would probably pick Disney.
Okay. You got kids?
I do not.
Okay. You just like the
I went to Disney World as an adult.
Okay.
Out of
there we
high
go.
school, yeah.
Yeah. Now are you a early get there as they drop the rope type of person or
Well, yeah, I'm always definitely early. Get there and
Nice.
try to. The less crowds, the better.
Yeah, we did that one time, and I was like, "Why are we up so early on vacation?" But it was super like low key. You get in there, you're just kind of walking around, free
Okay,
to
yeah.
get in, no lines.
Sure.
So, yeah,
I will say I enjoyed Universal too.
Yeah.
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 I think that maybe this is my memory of maybe as NBA City was part of Universal there in Orlando. But I still got a photo I share. It's like, and I'll never forget it. It was like LeBron when he played for the Cavs back in 2003.
Yeah,
And they imposed my picture like I'm blocking them.
nice.
You know, and I still got that picture. This is, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
But I'll never forget that. So there's this weird photo of me looking like I'm blocking LeBron James in a
Nice.
professional photo. So.
look, you're more recent than me. The last time I went to Universal was probably 30 years ago. I was in
Okay.
4th grade, so. Yeah, I got to go back so I can see that little Harry Potter area and
Okay.
all that stuff. So
Nice.
good.
I've never been to Disney.
Nah.
No, Universal was a blast when I went there, but Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay,
Oh,
I enjoyed that.
I've
more,
been
yeah.
there too.
They got some
When I
good
was
roller
little.
coasters,
They
right?
do. They
Okay.
do.
Kennedy
pretty cool.
Space Center. I think that was the
Yeah.
same trip I went down there.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will have to leave my family if I went to Busch Gardens because nobody likes roller coasters like I do.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You say you all have fun on the ground.
Right. Y'all
Yeah.
go eat some turkey legs or something. Yeah. Cool. Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining us. It's
Sure.
been a blast talking with you, catching up. So we look forward to continuing to partner with you at Northwest with the DMH Way. And you guys check out this episode coming to YouTube soon. Chat GCG, a DMH Way podcast. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Scan the QR code for the DMH Way website.